Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ted Phillips. I am the chair of the JEA's Awards Committee, and I'd like to call the September 19th, 2024 awards meeting to order. We have a physical quorum present this morning, represented by myself. Hi Boo is here for Ray Marshall, and our newest board member, welcome, Jody Brooks. So OGC is represented by Rebecca Levy. Budget is represented by Stephanie Neely. We do not have anyone in person. Did we receive any comment via email?
No public comment via email.
Is there anyone who is on the call this morning from the public who would like to speak up? If so, please unmute yourself and you have the floor. Hearing none, we'll move on. On today's consent agenda, we have items 1 through 6. Item 1 is pending CEO approval. Therefore, if there are any changes, this item will be brought back for the committee for approval. Items 2 through 6 have been approved by procurement, budget, OGC, legal, the business unit VP, and chief, and are ready for award committee approval. Before we take a vote on the consent agenda, would anyone like to move anything from the consent agenda to the regular item for discussion or defer to another week? Hearing none, I would accept the motion to approve today's consent agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
So that was Jody with the motion and High with the second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion is adopted. On the regular agenda, we'll move to item number 1. Sorry, guys. I can't make my fingers work. So, awards item number 1 is a contract extension for post-implementation professional services for the on-prem Oracle e-business suite migration to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So I had one question on this contract extension. So the original contract was for a year, and now we're adding, it looks like 10 more months to this for additional support. I was wondering what was the cause for the needed extra time?
Good morning, Ted. This is Katora. I can speak to that. We're extending Accenture because of our current state with regard to the R12 upgrade. There's some new functionality that we'll be adding for the very first time, and we want to continue to take advantage of Accenture's expertise in the cloud infrastructure space to help ensure that we architect the new capabilities correctly.
Okay. Is there anyone else who has any other questions on award item number 1 from the regular agenda? Hearing none, I would accept a motion to award item number 1.
Move to approve.
Second.
So that was Jody with the motion, High with the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So the award is approved.
Thank
We'll
you.
move to, thank you. We'll move to item number 2. So this was a invitation to bid for limestone piping replacement. The award amount is for just a little over $4 million, $4,045,000. So my question on this was, could we get a little bit more, at least so we can submit in the minutes? The low bid came in at 6.5 million, and could we get a little bit more information on what scope change to reduce this contract price from 5.6 million to 4 million.
Yes, good morning. This is Jamila Trey. So the low bid, 6 million, was reflective of 3 phases, which included one phase. Phase 1 was for Unit 2, Phase 2 was for Unit 1, and Phase 3 was for the common pipe. Based on the bids coming in and being a little over our project OPV, discussions with operation and maintenance and senior management at Northside was decided that Phase 3 would be eliminated from the project, and only Phase 1 and 2 will be completed under this project. So therefore, the award amount is 4.04 million. We are basically going to complete only 2 phases.
So will there be at a later date? Will you guys come back to do Phase 3, or is Phase 3 just kind of off the table?
Phase 3 is off the table. Operation and maintenance management could not justify the cost associated with it, so they will continue maintaining and doing repairs as failures happen in the field. So we do not expect to have Phase 3 in any time soon. The expectation is that it's off the table.
Thank you so much for that explanation. I appreciate that. Any other questions on item or award number 2?
A question about the phasing. Would it have changed anyone else's bid if they were just bidding on the first 2 phases? Did we look at that from a scope perspective?
They bid on all 3 phases separately on the bid document. So we had a bid for Phase 1, a bid for Phase 2, a bid for Phase 3.
And the company that we're awarding to still had the lowest bid for the 2 phases?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a pretty big gap between, I don't have it broken down, but Yates came in at 6.5 million and WWGA came in at 7.9 million. So there's a pretty big gap there. Okay.
I just wasn't sure if they had bid them by phase. Okay.
Yeah,
the
the bids
other
were
question.
received by phase, and WWJ was higher for all the phases.
Thank you. All right, I would accept the motion.
Move to approve.
I move second.
All right, so that was Jody with the motion and I with the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is adopted. All right, the last one, item number 3. This was a single source purchase. So I know you guys write it up, but I always like to just talk about single source purchases. So could someone give me an explanation why this needed to be a single source?
Right now, the cap switcher is to replace the units that we have in our substations currently by Jocelyn BBMs. They're failing, and the Jocelyn doesn't have a lot of support for us right now. I went out and looked to see what options we have out in the manufacturing world, and we have the Southern States cap switcher, which can replace it. It is 4 capacitor banks, and it has a technological component that is a pre-insertion resistor, which helps keep the voltage levels even when you put a capacitor bank in, so you don't drop customers and cause outages. So they are the only company right now that can provide that with what we want in it.
Thank you.
So Ted, by the way, this is Tricia
Oh,
Murphy.
sorry.
Hi, Tricia.
Tricia, yeah.
She handles our substation, standards.
Mhm.
All right, I
Sorry, I
appreciate
didn't
that.
introduce myself first.
That's all right.
I had a question about how many you were purchasing, because in the write-up it said 9 and that it didn't equate to the actual number of the bid. So are you
So
doing 11?
it's a continual process.
Okay.
For replacing these, Jocelyn VBMs. We have, capacitor banks at most of our substations. And so, as the VBMs are failing, we're replacing them with the Southern States cap switcher. So last year, I believe we replaced 8, and that, the ranking of which ones to replace is based on what O&M has looked at as far as ones that need replaced. And then we are putting them in our new substations as well.
So we're only purchasing them as needed, and so it's a maximum not to exceed up to 11 of these? I mean, is that kind of the way
Yeah,
the arrangement is?
probably for the year, because I think they could probably replace it one a month if they, got to that capacity. So, but they're replacing them as they fail or have an issue, because like I said, Jocelyn and VBM, that company Jocelyn, has very little support. So to fix what we already have is difficult, plus they're old. So it's better to just replace it with a new piece of equipment that works well for us. So, yep.
And we have to order up, so the lead time's 26 to 40 weeks, so.
Right. Yeah.
Reality.
Yeah.
So like right now we need some and we're waiting.
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep a certain minimum also
Yeah.
in inventory. So if something fails, we have a replacement for it. Yeah.
Any other questions? Good discussion, thank you.
Mhm.
I would entertain a motion.
Move to approve?
I move second.
All right, so all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so, items 1 through 6 of the consent agenda and items 1 through 3 of the regular agenda have been approved at the September 19th, 2024 meeting. Is there any other business that needs to come before this committee today?
May I ask who was that? Trisha, what was your last name so we can record it?
Oh, Murphy, Trisha Murphy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't introduce myself at first before I talked.
All right, anything else? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Thank you guys for coming and being here, and we'll see you guys next week. All right, thank you. Have a great rest of your week and nice weekend. I hope your team wins.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All my teams,